Well, hello. My name is Dr. David, and I'd love to read you a story if you have the time. The story is called Dentists Are Monsters, and it's by me. Alright, here we go. Tony the Tooth was a new tooth, just beginning to grow big and strong. But Tony wasn't alone in the mouth. Other teeth had been there all along. Lizzie sat right beside him. She taught Tony because he was new. You bite like this, then crunch like that, and now you know how to chew. Erica was a tooth at the front, so she taught Tony how to smile. First stand up tall, then shine bright, pose for the camera with style. Richie sparkled more than other teeth. He smiled and glistened the most. To be good at smiling, you must be clean. You can't be dirty, that's gross. First put on toothpaste, Richie said, as he taught Tony how to clean. Then brush over here, and brush between there. Do it every day till it's routine. So Tony brushed and Tony scrubbed till all the toothpaste bubbles were lost. Then Lucas taught him to clean his sides using smooth and stringy floss. Make sure you do this every day, Tim Tooth grunted from behind. You do not want to end up at the dentist. That's the worst place for all tooth kind. Who is the dentist? Asked Tony. He didn't know and it sounded scary. The dentist is the worst, said Tim, and is nothing like the precious tooth fairy. The dentist covers his mouth with a mask, 'cause like a dragon he can breathe fire. If he doesn't like you, he'll take off the mask and cook you to his heart's desire. The dentist has a scary chair that moves up and down on its own. And if it senses you are scared, it will turn you into stone. I've heard the dentist wears glasses that shoot laser beams from his eyes. He can destroy a tooth from a mile away, even if it's large in size. The dentist wears gloves on his hands because his fingers are actually knives. If he ever takes off those gloves, you'd be lucky if you survived. The dentist even has a machine that can take x-rays of each tooth. Then he can see your darkest secrets, and that, I promise, is the truth. Whatever you do not go to the dentist. I promise he's not a real doctor. I've heard, in fact, that a dentist is a fire-breathing, laser-beaming, knives-for-fingers monster! Tony the Tooth was so scared of the dentist. He hoped he'd never have to go. But as the months passed, Tony stopped brushing. He became dirty and lost his bright glow. Tony needed to go to the dentist, but he was nervous, scared, and afraid. Don't make me go, I'll brush 5 times a day. To the tooth fairy, he prayed and prayed. But teeth need to visit the dentist. So Tony went to the office one day. The dentist walked in wearing a mask and gloves. Tony wiggled and tried to get away. As the dentist began to take off his mask, Tony the Tooth flinched in fear. He feared he'd be consumed in flames, but instead saw a smile from ear to ear. The dentist was not a fire-breathing dragon. Actually, he had teeth that looked just like Tony. And when he took off his gloves, there were no knives. Those stories were a bunch of baloney. And despite what Tim had told him, the chair did not turn Tony to stone. It laid him back and raised him up and allowed his smile to be shown. The dentist took an x-ray so he could be sure the teeth were strong. The stories Tony had heard about the dentist were all completely wrong. The dentist used a special toothbrush to clean off all the dirt. Make sure you brush and floss every day, he said, especially if you like dessert. And so Tony left the dentist, shiny, bright, and clean. He was no longer scared of him, because dentists are not mean. As it turns out, the dentist wasn't a fire-breathing, laser-beaming, knives-for-fingers monster. In fact, he was just a smiling, gentle, tooth-loving kind of doctor. The end. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you liked it, and we'll see you soon.